We are now shifting focus to the medium-term data assessment that is focusing on motivation. We have chose to use the motivation for reading and writing assessments. This assessment includes the Adolescents Motivation for Reading Profile Reading Survey, the School-Generated Writing Attitude Survey, and the AMRP Conversational Interview, which is administered to only the focal students. We chose to use this assessment to understand what motivates students to read and to understand the students' different perspectives. The language of this assessment is easy for students to read and understand. As we have read in the research article Assessing Adolescents' Motivation to Read, we are able to understand the importance of the assessment for motivation for reading and writing. The first portion of the assessment is the Adolescents' Motivation to Read Profile Reading Survey. The Reading Profile Survey consists of 20 items using a 4-point scale to assess self-concept as a reader and the value of reading. The conversational interview is individually administered with 14 scripted items that are open-ended to encourage free response and assess narrative, informational, and general reading. This conversational interview is used as a complement to the previous survey. The language of the assessment is student-friendly. The questions flexibly probe for more in-depth understanding and authentic insights on students' reading experiences, attitudes, and motivation. One important aspect of these interviews we have found is the understanding of these responses related to technology, family, and outside literacies. These are all very important when understanding students and their reading perspectives. Teachers are asking questions using language such as an adult, when I am in a group talking about what we are reading, rather than when I am in a group talking about stories or when I grow up. This language is more appropriate and easier for these students to understand. We are able to understand the differences and similarities of various populations in the classroom. This survey uses a variety of components such as open-ended, free response, semi-structured interview questions. In this portion of the conversational interview, students are able to discuss their interests in reading and experiences. The conversational interview portion will only be given to the focal students. This portion of the reading profile allows for us to have a deeper understanding of our students. The next portion of the assessment we have chosen is the Student Writing Attitude Survey. This survey is very student-friendly and easy for students to understand. We are able to understand each student's personal writing interests and perspectives. Overall, the medium-term assessments we have chosen for motivation recognize the multiple literacies in which students are engaging in outside of the classroom and find ways to incorporate them into the classroom instruction. During these assessments, as teachers, we are able to model our reading enjoyment and understand students' reading enjoyments. These assessments embrace engaging activities such as literacy circles and other interests of our students. While moving forward, we are now beginning to look at our long-term assessment. For the long-term assessments, we will use the interim and end-of-the-year assessments. These assessments are administered at the beginning of the school year and at the end. The data from the previous year assessments will be used for initial agendas for the grade level teachers with appropriate guidance. The data from these long-term assessments can be used to make instructional changes, organize grade level meetings to affect such changes. Overall, the long-term assessments are used to make instructional changes to meet students' needs and to make adequate yearly progress in all literacy areas.